Hey guys, I'm Elizabeth. So for this week's discussion, it says, in your own words, explain the difference between application and faithful response. Consider the book of James's claim that faith without deeds is dead. Can you say you believe something if you don't follow through with your actions? Why or why not? So for me, the difference between application and faithful response is that application is more so like taking principles or teachings and using them in your lives, or like applying them into your life. So I feel like people often consider it a practical or external like application, I think is what I'm trying to get at. And so I feel like application is more so where you take a concept or a principle and you put it into practice, like you practice it. And it often like involves using knowledge to problem solve or make better decisions. And I feel like a really popular one that we all know is the application of treat others how you want to be treated. So you take how you want to be treated and you apply that to yourself, and that's how you treat other people. So you treat other people based on how you would want to be treated if you were them. It's valuable, like it really is valuable, but I feel like sometimes it can also be done out of habit or just like personal benefit, whereas faithful response is a little bit deeper than application, and it's not about like using a teaching or like a moral, but it's more so living it out because of a deeper conviction or like a belief. So I feel like a faithful response comes more so from deeper in your heart, or from like a genuine trust in or like love that you have for God. And I feel like it comes more so from like the loyalty and desire to want to be true to what you believe in, even when it's like uncomfortable and it can be inconvenient or even like hurtful for you, but you still do it because you know it's right and it comes from your heart and it's what you believe in. So I feel like while application is more so about like what works, a faithful response is more deeper and it's like doing what's right based on your faith. And then looking at the second part of the question, consider the book of James's claim that faith without deeds is dead. Can you say you believe something if you don't follow through with your actions? Why or why not? I personally don't think you can say you believe something if you don't follow through with your actions. And when you look at James, I feel like what he is trying to say or challenges us to is to have he challenges not to have a shallow or empty kind of faith, but more so having like a real deeper faith. And so like faithful response allows us to show that our faith is alive and meaningful, and it transforms our choices and our priorities and how we treat others. And so then I feel like that comes back to, you can't say you believe in something if you don't follow through with your actions, because if your actions don't align with your beliefs, or they're not as strong as you claim, it just makes your belief not as real or strong. So I feel like true faith is shown through like your actions, and that again comes back to like you can't say you're a Christian but then not live out the way that God wants us to, because your actions don't align with what you're saying, because you're living completely different. And so that's why I think you can't say you believe in something but then not follow through with your actions, because your actions reflect off of what you say you believe. And so yeah.